Okay, hi, welcome to the podcast. It's your host, Harry Boy from Tokyo Interviews. Today's guest, let's let her introduce herself. Say your name and tell me where you're from.
I'm KatieKillsYou, and I'm originally from Chicago, but I live in Los Angeles now.
So when did you come to Japan and why?
I've been here since mid-September, and I came here to do photo shoots and rope, yeah.
Okay, judging by the name KatieKillsYou and the rope, I'm guessing you do something very interesting. Can you tell me a bit about what kind of photo shoots you do?
I mean, more like, Gravure, lingerie, like BDSM, kinky, fetishy stuff. I love rope, being tied up, and also tying other people. I'm a rope artist myself, so.
A rope artist. I never rarely hear that said in English.
Yeah, nawashi desu.
But I'm very familiar with the art of Shibari. Can you explain to people what Shibari is?
Oh, God. I mean, well, Shibari is more of an American term because Shibaru is just the Japanese word to tie. But in America, we use Shibari as, the art of rope, getting tied up, suspension, bondage, kinky type shit. But it doesn't have to be kinky. It's art for sure.
All right, so I want to ask you, how did you get into being a rope artist yourself?
Well, it started back in the Tumblr days, seeing photos of girls in rope with flowers and stuff posed on them and being like, oh my God, I want to do that, but I don't know anyone. So let me just head over to Walmart and get some cheap ass rope that probably shouldn't be used for this and go on YouTube and figure it out,
DIY Walmart Shibari was your first run.
Yeah, some DIY shoots, and then I met a few rope artists in Chicago that I tied with before moving to LA and taking classes and workshops and actually learning the professional parts of it versus YouTube.
So is there actually an ecosystem of rope artists and teachers and students that operate in California?
It's a huge, huge rope scene in California, in Los Angeles, in Oakland. Everyone goes to Folsom and does rope there. A lot of people are into it over there. There's a lot of people you can work with.
So I guess you've been doing rope for quite a while now.
I don't want to give away my age.
You already said you got inspired by Tumblr, so we can guess.
Yeah, I'm old.
It's okay. So are you doing rope photo shoots out here in Japan?
I am. I'm doing a lot of rope photo shoots. I've done a few rope performances as well, out in Shibuya Womb, club. It's super fun.
Can you describe what consists in a rope performance?
I mean, what you would think, someone getting tied up, usually some suspension. The performance I did was 5 models, me and 4 other girls getting tied up and lifted by a crane up into the air with 100 people watching. It was super fun.
Yeah, that sounds pretty elaborate.
It's more for the art as far as performances go, than sexual nature. I mean, anyone can take it as they please, but it's very artistic,
Yeah, that's probably what people are wondering is, so to what degree is Shibari erotic versus artistic in your opinion and the entire culture of Shibari's opinion?
I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everyone thinks of rope and they think, oh, it's sex. But I think it's beautiful. I think it's taking time to learn something and showcase it. All of the rope I do, it isn't sexual at all. It's more for the sake of art, creating beautiful imagery and videography.
What's beautiful specifically about being tied up rather than other forms of gravure or revealing photo shoots?
Oh God, I don't know. You kind of just stop thinking and just give in to the rope. They call it subspace.
Yeah, I'm getting some kind of S&M sub vibe from your communication here. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not like that for me. It's just relaxing. I don't have to think anymore. I can just give in and sink in and let it happen. Yeah.
So, not everyone's comfortable exposing themselves that much. I guess imagine when you're roped up, you're pretty exposed, right?
Yeah, you don't have to be. Some people are wearing kimono or fully clothed.
Oh, okay. So there's different levels to it.
Absolutely.
So how exposed do you get?
Well, I just recently started doing nudity this year when I decided to finally go for being a suicide girl, which you have to be fully nude for that. I've wanted to do that since before I should have even known what it was.
I feel like I've heard of that. Can you explain what a suicide girl is for us?
Well, Suicide Girl, it's a alt modeling company. It's pinup, tattoo, piercing. It's been around for 23 years, I want to say. And it's just a big community of alternative girls that are usually nude, taking photo shoots and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. The name KatieKillsYou, I can tell you're an aspiring suicide/homicide girl.
Homicide girl. Oh no. Yeah, I've always wanted to do it, but I've always just kind of been like, oh, my mom, like, what's she gonna think of it, you know? And
So, what does your mom think?
whenever I sent her my first like full set, and she was like, meh, like, you're beautiful. Like, I wish you weren't naked, but you're still beautiful, you know? Like, I'm not gonna show these to other people. I'm like, that's okay. Please don't show them to other people.
W mom sounds very supportive.
Yeah, no, she is very, very supportive. Like, she's the best mom I could ever ask for. I know other people aren't as lucky as I am to have been so supportive about it.
No, that's good. Some people might think that people who get into gravure or nude modeling have maybe some kind of trauma or, psychological injuries in their past they're trying to get over. Has this happened to you at all?
Yeah.
Do you think it's related to your choice as being like a Shibari or nude model?
I don't know about Shibari or nude model.
Or just like suicide girl aspiration in general? The name, it's got self-harm in the name.
Yeah. I don't know if I can relate that to it. I mean, it definitely, unfortunately, related to like my sexuality and what kind of things I like and stuff. Just kind of weird. What is it? Stockholm syndrome type shit?
Wait, it depends. Were you kidnapped?
No, but shit happened when I was younger by several people that I think made me more into sexual type shit, where I don't know if I would have been too as.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I asked. I mean, people experience early trauma, I think, do get sexualized early, and it can influence their choice to become, like, maybe even, like, some people become porn stars or prostitutes, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to ask, because talking to you, you seem extremely normal, so I wanted to see if there was some buried
Honestly,
trauma there.
It's like a weird thing because, like, I love Japan so much, but then at the same time, like, Japan is probably the reason I was sexually assaulted when I was younger, just because of how normal, like, incest and stuff like that is in, like, manga and anime. I feel like if people I know weren't introduced to that, maybe I wouldn't have gotten touched as a child, This is heavy shit.
Yeah, if you don't want to talk about it, we can stop.
It's okay. I've had some drinks, so I'm okay right now.
Okay, this was in Japan? How old were you?
It wasn't in Japan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, elementary school. It was in my own home.
And
by someone I don't consider a brother anymore.
So you're saying there was a stepbrother involved, and he watched too much.
Fuck you.
So you're saying your stepbrother, you
One
think
of my stepbrothers.
one of your
My other stepbrothers are great and amazing.
Okay,
I love them so much.
so-
The other guy I don't consider a brother.
This guy, this ex stepbrother. Yeah. So do you think he was influenced by what would you say?
Like anime and
it-
manga and stuff like that. Like there's definitely a big thing for incestual shit. And he was probably in middle school or high school at the time and seeing that kind of stuff. He's like, oh.
Let me try it on my sister.
Yeah.
That's pretty disturbing.
It's fucking disturbing. Yeah.
Did you tell anyone at the time or keep it a secret?
I kept it a secret for a long time until my older sister confided in me that it happened to her as well. And then I finally went to my parents and kind of was like, oh, it happened to her and me too.
Okay. And what did your parents do after they found out?
It's hard to remember. It was a long time ago. Probably not as much as they should have, but I think they were just in shock. Like, I love my parents very much. They're the best. Like, I don't think they could fathom that actually happening in their own home.
Right. Yeah. No.
You know?
Like your parents seem very nice. I mean, no one's really equipped to handle that situation, right?
Yeah. Let's move on to something
That's
else.
pretty sad, but thank you for sharing. But you've
See this? No. Probably not.
Fuck that guy. So, but you've been interested in Japan for a long time.
Yeah, when I was 5 years old, my dad showed me Spirited Away and My Name is Totoro, and ever since then, like, the love began.
Spirited Away is a very cinematic masterpiece of animation.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Did you ever learn any Japanese?
Not when I was younger. In high school, they didn't offer Japanese, so I had 3 years of Mandarin. 你好，你叫什么名字？我叫后凯迪。
Oh, Hung Hao.
Hello. So,
Yeah.
EDNR.
Yeah. Damn, her accent's good, guys.
No. So, yeah. And then once I was like of college age, I started taking Japanese classes because I knew I wanted to come visit Japan.
And so when was the first time you visited Japan?
Back in 2017. I originally was going to come for like 3 days just because I wanted to go to the Ghibli Museum in Mitaka. I was like, Ghibli is my life. It's my everything. Like, I need to go to the museum. And I was like ready to book 3 days. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I should enjoy Japan. Like, I love Japan for more than Ghibli. So
Yeah.
I came by myself. I was like, I'm I'm not gonna say how old I was, but I was young. And it was scary at first. Like, I smoke a lot of weed in the States, so coming here, I go through withdrawal quite a bit.
Like actual withdrawal?
Like, I don't know. I've never done other drugs, so I don't know.
Fair.
But like, you know, sick to my stomach, gagging at the thought of food, puking, and being like, why am I here? I want to go home. Like, why am I in Japan? I don't want to be here. But then by like day 4, I finally kind of get past it a little bit, and I'm like, I wanted to go home? Like, what the hell? Like, I want to be here forever. I don't want to go home.
Yeah, so what was the main thing that made you realize Japan was a wonderful country after those first couple of days?
I don't know. Like, I already knew it was a wonderful country. It was just the anxiety was really bad. People are just so nice here and so welcoming.
Any culture shocks?
No, because I had been watching YouTube videos for like years on years, like preparing myself, getting ready. All I wanted to do was go to Japan. Like,
Fair. I hate when people ask me that question for the same reason. No culture shock.
yeah, I had someone ask me that the other day. They're like, any culture shocks? I'm like, this is my 6th time here. Like, there's things I get annoyed about. Like, if there's one thing Japanese or maybe even just Asians in general can learn from America, it's cover your goddamn mouth when you cough, okay? Like, as Americans, we have so much to learn from Asian culture, like so much, like convenience and efficiency and politeness and respect, but just cover your mouth when you cough. Like, do you know how many times I've been coughed on here?
So, like in the train or like...
Anywhere. People are just coughing open mouth, like, I'm like, what are you doing? You're spreading germs. Like,
It's so weird
that's
because
the one thing.
they have so many other cultural norms about sanitary practices and cleanliness.
Like,
This
you're
one
not supposed
thing.
to blow your nose in the subway, but you can just open mouth cough on other people. Like,
Yeah, so...
what?
yeah, let's call that minor cultural annoyance.
Yeah. But other than that, we have so much to learn from
Yeah.
Japan and other countries.
Can you name something in specific you think the West could learn from Japan?
Oh, God. Something specific? I don't know. Just politeness and respect. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think people generally treat foreigners quite well, actually, especially in Japan. Have you met anyone who was like rude to you because you were a foreigner, you think?
Not necessarily, but I will say, like, I'm white passing, so, I mean, I'm white, so, like, I feel like I'm not getting the brunt of the racism.
Yeah, so there's definitely a distinction between white and European foreigners and then like brown or Asian foreigners. That's true.
Yeah.
So we get the gaijin card is much easier for us to use.
Gaijin kado, I use it when I can. I try not to,
like-
but sometimes I'm like, what? Here you go.
Yeah, we have an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. So, and let's see. Can you comment on the food in Japan at all?
Well, I'm a very picky vegetarian, so
I hate you already.
I don't eat a lot while I'm here. I'm at Caesarea like every other day, and like pizzaman is my go-to. But like ramen is so good, and there are a lot of vegan options here in Japan. So yeah, basically just ramen and then pasta and potatoes.
I hope those ramens were made with pork broth and you didn't know.
No. Teas tantan. Teas tantan is the best.
You actually know the vegan ramen options?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, you did your homework.
But I know there's probably been times where they're like, yeah, vegetarian, and then maybe there was some chicken broth in there. Who knows? I do my best.
We won't tell the gods of veganism.
I'm not PETA, okay? I do me, you know. I am what I am.
So-
if a mistake happens, whatever.
Are you wearing real skinned leopard hide?
No, I don't. I try to avoid wearing real leather, or I don't, like, people are like, oh, come pose with this dead cow skin. I'm like, nah. I did a photo shoot yesterday, and the photographer originally said, oh, like, I want to put sashimi all over your body. And I was like, no, I'm not putting dead fish on my body. We can do fruit, you know.
You refuse the naked sushi. It's pretty popular.
No, it's not me. And you know, Americans are going to be like, oh, cultural appropriation, blah, 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 blah. We're getting recorded.
Wait, have you had anybody make a hate comment about cultural appropriation since you're involved in Japanese?
No, absolutely. I've been here 6 times, and finally on my 6th trip, I did kimono rental in Asakusa at Sensoji, and posted it. Maybe my caption was a bit enticing because I captioned it cultural appreciation, because that's what I see it as, you know? It's cultural appreciation. And someone commented something like, blah, 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 I'm gonna do blackface for Halloween. And I'm like, you seriously have no concept of Japanese culture and the way Japanese people actually appreciate foreigners appreciating their culture.
Yeah, I mean, just objectively objectively, cultural appreciation is appropriate from Japanese people always love it when someone tries to learn their traditional ways of dress or wear kimono and genuinely appreciate it. Like, that whole cultural appropriation thing is such a...
It's an American thing.
It's an overblown Western concept that doesn't really translate here a lot.
No, seriously. It's like growing up in Chicago. You go to Chicago Town. Fuck.
Yeah, Chicago town, let's go.
In Chicago, you go to Chinatown, and they're selling the straw hats and the cheapao, and like, why else would they be selling it if they don't want you to buy it? Like, they want to make money off of you, so they're not mad if you buy it. They're trying to sell it to you.
So they're happy that they have services to sell to us based on their culture.
Literally.
I mean, Japan cultural exports is a huge part of the tourism industry, getting that foreign money in. So, guys, come here and wear kimonos all you want.
Yeah.
Look cringe.
Yeah, as long as you're respectful and, you know, like, people love it. People are asking to take photos with you. Japanese people want to take photos with you in a kimono. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And so I notice you're all tatted up, represent Suicide Girls. So
yeah.
have you had any experience with Japanese people commenting on your tattoos positively or negatively?
Honestly, only positively. Like, I went to Ghibli Park in Nagoya, and I had people grabbing my arm, like, respectfully, but being like, Ghibli, and I'm like, yeah, Ghibli daisuki, you know? Like, I've only had positive reactions. I mean, maybe I see people give me dirty looks, but it is what it is. You know, not everyone likes tattoos.
Yeah,
but they don't think I'm Yakuza, you know? Like,
right. Once again, like, since you're a white girl, they give, like, a pass to tattooed up foreigners a lot more than their own people, I believe.
I would say so.
And also, I guess since you do have Japanese-specific tattoos, like, they're gonna love it.
I got Don Pen tattooed on me. You know, Don Quixote. I'm America's #1 Don Quixote fan.
So, I can't believe you can claim that. Like, was there a competition you won?
Maybe not competition in America. Probably here in Japan, there's a lot of like Don Quixote fans. But like, I have like 6 or 7 shirts, like 4 hoodies. I've got like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes. I have a whole display case. Every day, like I was at Shibuya Don Quixote earlier, trying to win the claw machine prizes. I'm #1 as far as America goes.
It sounds pretty hardcore. And
I mean, Yukinon is also amazing. She's probably Japan's #1, and I'm still waiting for that collab. It's gonna happen. Me and her and our kigurumi.
that's just like donkey diplomacy, American Japan. You know, it's points.
I'm like, sponsor me, please.
Yeah, you got to get the rights to that donkey theme song playing in your videos. So.
Yeah, I was super happy when Bruno Mars did the collab. Like,
Donkey
super
collab.
cool. Yeah, donkey ikuyo.